guys. Welcome to A Guy in His Room, a National Public Radio production. We here at A Guy in His Room really appreciate the support from members like you. So go ahead and send those donations in. We need all the money we can get in these tough, trying times, guys. These are kind of unprecedented times. Thanks, everybody, to listening. This is National Public Radio. I'm Ezra Klein, or whatever one of those guys' names is. Hello, my name is Mike, NPR. Thanks for listening. This is a public-funded podcast presented by Wondery.com. Or I don't know if it's a .com, but anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe and pass the message on to other people, because that's what keeps us going here at A Guy in His Room. We rely on user donations and listeners. We rely on listeners. If nobody's listening, it's not even. Is it even happening? My video is kind of weird. I don't know if my connection's weird. I don't know. But sometimes you got to overcome life's obstacles, and just overcome those trials and tribulations that the Lord put in your way, because the Lord can get you through anything. The Lord above is looking out for you. And all of your dead relatives are up there, and they're just looking down, shaking their head every time you touch that little hoo-ha of yours. Every time every time you flog the dolphin, or whatever other euphemism I can't really think of right now. All your relatives, all your aunts are up there shaking their head like, what has become of our sweet little boy, Every time you're messing up, because let's be honest, that's all you're doing lately, isn't it? And I'm sorry, I know you tuned in to hear, to distract yourselves from life's trials and tribulations, but sometimes we remind you that here on A Guy in His Room. It's ironically called A Guy in His Room, but it's really, the message is, get out of your room. Touch grass, as everyone says. Touch grass, why don't you? Okay? Get out there and touch grass, okay? Anybody else sick of this? I mean, look, I probably need to get off Twitter again, off social media, or X, or whatever it's called. Because now I'm starting to argue with people again on there, and it just ends up at some point someone goes, "Why don't you go touch grass?" Because that's the new thing to say to people. Oh, you're just sitting at home on Twitter all day. Why don't you go touch grass? I mean, it's true, but the person saying it also applies to them. Me, if somebody says it to someone, it's like okay, you're also arguing with me. There's some common insults now that get thrown around online now, and I've been following these people critical of woke and centrist people. I gotta turn my gain up, I think. How come every time I do this podcast, things are messed? I have to redo every level of everything. Why is that? Are you guys out to get me? But I'm kind of done with that now. I'm up, I kind of feel like things are more people are kind of admitting, well, maybe because COVID is like winding down and whatever, knock on wood, but like, yeah, you'll see your random person here and there with a mask on, but like pretty much that winded down. And then like a lot of the woke stuff and the overreacting and the cancel culture stuff, it's kind of like people are more just calling it out now. People are, it's like, and that makes it okay to call it out. So like more people, it's like a, it's a whole like process of like, okay, some people are calling it out. Oh, and then other people see that they're calling out. I really think most people were not on board with all that stuff, but they just didn't say it. And now, like, I guess I feel a little more comfortable in thinking, like, okay, that was like a time when nobody was speaking up, but like nobody really also agreed with it. And now, like, people are attacking each other more. Like, I just, I did just get blocked by someone earlier. James Lindsay, who I really respect. And I was upset, and then I'm like, you know what? I kind of expected he would because he's just in this mood of he kind of just is overreactive and aggressive on Twitter. And so I really shouldn't take it personal. I'm not even really upset. I was at first, like, because it really bothers me when somebody cannot take criticism or like can admit when they're overreacting and stuff. And I was saying you tweet a lot to him basically, and that's what got me blocked. I mean, it's like, and everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna block everybody. I'm not gonna put up with shit, and I get that, but it's also like I wouldn't have blocked somebody that said that to me. I might get annoyed, or I don't even know if I get annoyed. I'd be like, unless he gets that a lot, maybe people say that to him because he does tweet all the time. And on one hand, it's like, well, me noticing that means that I'm checking it too often. He does always come up for me. I didn't mute him ever, which I probably was about to do that. So it's not really a big deal that now I don't have to see his, but he really started to become like I'm trying to like just get the like win over people and dunk on everybody. And it's like, I don't like that behavior from anyone. Like, yeah, no, it used to be people like like cancel culture people, AOC, and like all the leftist people. Now it's just everybody's doing that. Like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just not like into this. I'm not people fighting all the time. I don't know. Maybe I should go look at the tweet I sent just to check again because I wasn't really gonna bring this up, but because I just did bring it up. He blocked me, and it was like one of those things where it said, "Oh, I can't. This user limits who can see his tweets," and I was like, "He didn't block me, did he?" Like I didn't really, I was questioning it. And hold on, where did I even send that? Yeah, see, it keeps getting more. Well, it didn't get a ton of likes, but I got 10 likes. My head's in the way here. I'm gonna move myself a little bit down. So yeah, I said, you tweet a lot, James. It seems like you're too online to me, who is just a bystander, referring to myself. This seems like something that is not at all worth even worrying about. And I was talking about this long thread he did about. Too bad I can't look at it now, but I don't know the story, so maybe I should have not said anything because I don't really follow what he was talking about. It was like Tim Pool's podcast. He said something about, or wait, first his yesterday he was like, he was like tweeting a bunch about. I think Tim Pool muted me, is what he said on X or whatever. Now this is interesting. I wonder why he did that. And then he went on this thread about like, and I'm like, is this where we are right now? Like we're grown men. This dude's older than me, and he's acting like this, like you're not in my top 5 on MySpace kind of like mentality. Like, how do you, first of all, like I wouldn't know if someone muted me except um I don't know. I don't know how I would know that. I guess um like I hardly ever tweet and I don't really get any reactions when I do tweet. So like if I do, I just don't really pay attention to that. So like I don't know if I would know that or not. Like how would you know if someone mutes you unless they used to like every tweet you did and then they just stop? But even in that case, like I'm not gonna hold it against somebody if they're annoyed at me or what I'm tweeting all the time. Like um I mean I don't understand how that's even a like everybody acts differently on social media. So that's one reason I'm not like upset that he blocks me, even though like because he does that to everybody. He does that. Well, not to everybody, but I'm sure he does that whenever somebody says something like you tweet a lot. Maybe he's annoyed at that, like, oh, me saying you're too online to him. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's gotten that before. Maybe he's like just in a blocking mood, is what I kind of thought at the time. I was mad because for somebody that acts like he's this like warrior of like free speech and anti woke stuff. I mean, these guys are kind of showing themselves to be like what they rail against now. Even people like Tim Pool, like, um, although he really just is not. I don't think Tim Pool would be like this. No, I'm sure he would block people, but maybe not as all. I don't know. People complain about him a lot, like he's too arrogant and all this kind of stuff. I don't even really listen to Tim Pool anymore, but like, uh, I just don't get the big deal. Someone mute you on Twitter, like you have to go on this big rant about it, and then I just say like, uh, now maybe tried to like, did I sound condescending or like did I sound annoying? I don't know. Like you tweet a lot. There's been a lot of times where I almost tweeted that to him. Now I know why I didn't because I had a feeling he'd be like try to dunk on me. He keeps doing that. He keeps retweeting people and like he's like, haha, yeah, yeah, right, or something, and he just retweets people. Now this is kind of the behavior of like what I hate on Twitter. Like I don't, I started following all these anti woke people because I think it's a crazy ideology and it is like, you know, narcissism and call out culture or whatever you want to call it. And then these guys start doing that. I don't like that either. I don't like when the opposite. If I like somebody and then they start doing what if they start changing to be what I thought they weren't, like, yeah, I'm gonna not like them now. Now, I mean, it made me think maybe I should just get off Twitter again because like you're seeing the worst side of people on Twitter. Like even people I know, like you see, like if you see their social media, you're like, ugh. And like it's not even like maybe they're that bad of posts. It's just like, yeah, you see the worst side of people. Like I could comedian or people comics I knew, seeing them on social media, I'm like, oh God, I have muted plenty of people like and I don't even really post. That's why I'm just not really, or I wasn't on social media for a while and I wasn't on Twitter for a while, but here I am again getting talking about it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just not. I don't really want to delete it, but just kind of like going to the mute option again because like that's what I could have done. That's what he was complaining about, but that's actually, I mean, muting someone to be mad at someone for muting is pretty ridiculous because he didn't even unfollow you. It's like the polite thing to do when someone's like, "All right, I'm seeing too much of this person's head." When you're on social media, you're not even seeing who they are. Like you're just seeing them knee jerk react all the time. Nobody really is that person. Like you're. your base instinct. That's what it is. Social media is like everyone's base instincts, just amplified to the worst degree. And we kind of we have to connect and be, we should be nice to each other, guys. Come together as people and work past your differences. That's what we do here at A Guy in His Room. Every week, we fight the good fight. Okay? So, just like grab your neighbor, like grab someone you know, give him a little hug. Give him a little smooch. Give him an aggressive hug, just a tight, hard hug. Grab them and wrap your a bear hug, just tight, and then just give them a little smooch on the cheek, even if they try to get away. Just to say, hey, you need this right now. Okay. It's called Aggressive Compassion, and it's a new program I'm working on here at A Guy in His Room. Please stay tuned for upcoming updates to that program. So all right, so I looked at a couple of stories here. I'm not sure which I want to talk about, except oh yeah, there was supposedly a big blizzard today. A crazy blizzard. I was caught in the fucking blizzard today. So yeah, they were acting like this was some big blizzard, but I got like a couple inches here. That's what she said. I got a couple inches here. That's what she said. So I guess there was some kind of vote today. Looks like special election day, special erection day, special erection day. There was a special erection today. So well, it says 3 inches of snow in New York. I guess we got that much, but it just now it's gone already. And they closed the libraries here, like they needed to do that. Another so I guess there was a low turnout for some kind of voting for some kind of special election day here. I don't know, who cares? Oh, so this is Biden keeps having stuff coming up, and he had that report on his memory come out where it said he was like a old man with a poor memory, and he did this big conference about it. Oh, I just saw this earlier too. I guess he got lost and got confused again. If you guys are wondering, let's see. This is a segment called "What's Happening with Biden." Oh, that doesn't really work, does it? The presidency. What's going on with President Biden recently? Well, we have something right here for you to listen to. Confused Biden looks lost as he wanders behind a podium and stares at the floor as Jordan's King Abdullah II speaks. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can get... Let's see if there's audio on this. Why can't I have, like, I don't know. It's annoying. I can't have more than one share screen up. Yeah. Here we go.
Your Majesty,
Majesty.
over to you.
Where are you? Wanders around for no reason. What the fuck is he doing?
Mr. Sorry. Mr. President. Mr. Sorry.
He walks around again?
Thank you for your gracious hospitality.
I'm just gonna... The guy looks around at him like, what the hell are you doing?
Over to you.
Okay, so he's stepping to the right here. Now he's wandering over to the left for no reason.
Mr. Sorry. Mr. President. Mr. Sorry. Mr. President. Thank you.
And then he went over to the other side. So, I don't know why he did that. I think it was just kind of an automatic reflex of like, oh, I'm in the wrong spot. And then he just, ugh. Oh my God. Let me see if I can see an older, should find an older Biden clip that Joe Biden. Okay, so my friend sent me this Daily Show clip earlier, like saying, oh, he actually makes fun of Biden here. Apparently, Jon Stewart totally pissed off left-leaning viewers in Daily Show return for questioning Biden's mental fitness. Where'd it go? I don't really know if I should play it anyway. It's a Comedy Central clip. Stewart on Monday took aim at Biden within 3 minutes of the show's 11 p.m. start line. Stewart said that Biden should fire everyone following his recent debut on TikTok, saying he looks older and dubbing him the chocolate chip cookie guy after his. So he also made fun of Trump for the same kind of thing. And then he said, called both presidential candidates chronologically challenged. And it is not crazy to think that the oldest people in the history of this country to ever run for president might have some of these challenges. Citing the last press conference last week. That is, well, I don't, like, really, are real people really upset at that? I mean, I mean, who even watches like regular cable TV shows now? You know, like The Daily Show, Comedy Central. Who's sitting there and watching? I mean, yeah, maybe they watch it online or something. Hold on, it looks like my oh, hold on. Why does it look? So he made fun of both candidates, which is basically what we have to get back to with comedy. I mean, for the people that are pissed off, I mean, this is gonna. I mean, if you, I don't know, this is just like insane. It minimizes the stakes of the election. Are we going to really hear about this again? Trump was already in for 4 years, and we're going to hear like, we can't let him back in now because he waited somehow until his second term to really do what he wants to do. Yeah, he had 4 years, but this time the stakes are higher. Why? Because you keep arresting him or whatever you're doing, trying to get him taken off ballots. Of course, I mean, this is just like terrible the way we are now. I wouldn't care what candidate it is, if it's the left or right. Like, ugh. It is weird. Like, Daily Show kept going. They should have just canceled it. Like, Trevor Noah left, and he sucked. I mean, let's be honest. Like, I don't really watch his. I can't say he's not funny, but like, like, you have to admit that he really plays it safe. I mean, I don't know. I don't really watch his stand up to. I'm not saying like, look, you can like Trevor Noah. I just think he really plays it safe. Like, he's a corporate, like, towing the line comedian. So like, that's boring. That. How is that? How does anybody like that? I don't really get that. I guess like people like middle of the road or not even middle of the road. Because it's like, I don't know. Trevor Noah left in 2002, it says, during which it struggled to be the hit it was when Stewart was there, yet it kept winning awards, which is weird. Like, he kept winning awards for The Daily Show when I don't know anybody that was watching it then. But then they tried to keep finding different hosts. Like, it says they haven't been able to find a new face. But several names have been floated out there. Except, why would you want to do this? Chris Rock. I don't know. I don't know if he would want to. Like, if I'm Chris Rock, I don't want to do The Daily. I don't want to do a mainstream thing that could be like censored and me told what to say and stuff. And if I'm Chris Rock, I'm going like, hey, what about Will Smith hitting me? You know what I mean? You guys remember that? Huh? This guy Mayorkas got impeached. I don't know what's going on with the Congress, guys. I don't know. I get emails from this news site and like, I don't even care anymore. I just don't even care. I just don't even fucking care. This election is the most important thing ever made. This is the election of our lifetimes, guys. Get out of your room. I know it's called a guy in his room, but get out and get the vote out. Make a voting plan. I don't know. Hit up, vote at least 12 times on election day, because I have a pre-vote ready to go. I have my regular vote and my post vote. I have at least 3 votes going out on that day. So, that's not what I clicked on. Oh, just sick of this shit. Look at how bad he looks. God. Yeah, Trump's almost 82. I think they may try to be taking Biden out because of all these, like, look at this. New email all of a sudden allegedly helps prove Biden's in biz with China-linked firm when he was VP. Yeah, they're trying to, like, this all is weird to me. Maybe it's all the Republicans. I don't know, but it seems like they're trying to. And then Kamala says she's ready to serve here, guys. She's ready to serve. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, honestly, I don't care. Put her in. Put somebody else in. Just Biden needs to go. He's just can barely. Like, you watch him and you're like, can he even, like, is he gonna fall? Like, all the time you're like worried. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let me see if I can find that. Oh yeah, this thing. Okay. Look at this. I love when he's angry. It's just so funny to me when he's like, memory's fine. Jack. Oh, I gotta share it again. Hold on. Getting all the political updates today. Whoops. Here we go. How in the hell dare he? Biden strikes defiant tone on special counsel report. So this was last week. I did see some of it.
President responding directly to special counsel Robert Hur's report
Yeah.
on his handling of classified
Yeah.
documents. Mr. President, on the document! That included a blistering assessment of the 80, adding that a jury would likely see the president as a sympathetic.
Plain wrong.
Prosecutors say these photos show Trump allegedly did the opposite,
All right, Pellet,
enlisting
where's the
others
fucking...
to destroy evidence.
And President Biden's response, NBC's senior concerns when it comes to November could end up being overblown. But I do think that there are those close to the president who are on there. At the same time, and this is something that those on the other side of the aisle are pointing to, he confused Mexico and Egypt when he came back to the podium, by the way, after almost walking away. And that is something that you are also seeing people talk about this morning. So it kind of depends on how you.
God. Oh, is this the same? Damn it. God damn it. I didn't break the damn law.
Is there anything you would do differently now? And do you think that a special prosecutor should have been appointed in the first place in both of these cases?
First of all, what I would have done is oversee the transfer of the material that was in my office, in my offices. I should have done that. If I go back, I didn't have the responsibility to that. That was my staff was supposed to do that, and they referenced that.
Thrown his staff under the bus there.
And my staff did not do it in the way.
Staff.
For example, I didn't know how half
this is
the
how
boxes got in my garage.
This is how easy these politicians just throw everybody under the bus. They're like, my staff did it. Just no second thought. Just throwing whoever they can. This is how the game is played, guys.
Until I found out staff gathered them up, put them together. And
my God, he's really throwing them under the bus.
And all the stuff that was in my home.
My staff.
Cabinets that were either locked
or
it was in my house. It wasn't out in like in Mar-a-Lago in a public place where, and none of it was high classified. Didn't have any of that red stuff on it. You know what I mean? Around the corners, none of it. You moved the archive.
How smart.
I thought
intelligent
all
of an explanation.
Appointed. And the reason I think a special counsel should have been appointed is because I did not want to be in a position that they looked at Trump and weren't going to look at me.
Yeah, right. Anyway, like, so here's this thing. Rapper Killer Mike clashes with The View over not endorsing Biden. Why do celebrities have to endorse someone? Do we just, I mean, come on, people. Are we still doing this? Are we still doing this, really? Yeah. Look, guys, we really still doing this? Huh? Piece of shit. So rapper Killer Mike clashes with The View hosts over not endorsing Biden. Uh-oh. Yeah-oh. it's just like, you're like brainwashed idiot, you know? Look, you have to endorse Biden. Like, he sucks, man. I mean, part of me, you know what? These View people, though, like anybody on national TV, probably are getting, like, there's some reason they're so, like, for their side. Like, they might be getting money or something. There has to be some reason they're this militant about, criticizing the conservatives and always being political all the time. Like, did the View always, like, I feel like the View used to just be like whatever, like gossip, and now it's just like only politics. It should just be on MSNBC. Like, plus this lady, who in the picture right here, this is actually pretty funny. It was like, hold on, I'm gonna Google her name because Sunny Hostin had, like, she was in the news recently because hold on. And she's like super militant left, right? Well, guess what? Her ancestors had slaves, guys. Yeah, so her ancestors had slaves, guys. Which is really funny, the way she is so horrible. Just everything I've seen of her quotes and stuff in the news, like, she's horrible. So yeah, she's not all the way, Oh, how interesting. She said she says she still deserves reparations, though, guys. So I don't know, it's kind of funny, all these, like, really outspoken, horrible, like, celebrities, like, there's been more than one that has found out that they have, like, ancestors own slaves. I know Ben Affleck did, and I don't really, like, I guess I don't include him with being a horrible, outspoken politically anymore. At one point, he annoyed me because of some clip on Bill Maher, but, like, I don't know. I don't think he's so, like, annoying now. But there's been, like, a few, I think, like, that had, like, "Oh, your ancestors have slaves," and you're, like, the biggest anti-white person or whatever. Oh, look at this, by the way. She added that her mother really identified as Puerto Rican prior to the news, but now the findings prove that she was actually white. It's deeply disappointing because my mother really identified as Puerto Rican. She was part of the civil rights movement and was really deeply ingrained in black culture. And she identified as black, but Hispanic for ethnicity, but her race is actually white. She's European. It's weird because she God, wait, so she's like a Rachel Dolezal or whatever? Like, yeah, well, she acted like she thought she was black and whatever. So, I don't know. I mean, but, look, people like her is, like, they're very out with their opinions. And that's good. Like, go ahead and voice your dumb, really, toxic shit, and then people can avoid you. That is my attitude about everything, basically. Like, I want these, like, people that are radical on any side or whatever to voice whatever they want, because then we can all avoid them. We can go, all right, that's how you are. Like, I do want that out there. Although, like I said, it is kind of, like, hard because social media, you really, like, it brings the worst out in people. I don't really think people you know, like I've argued with people in there where like I really don't need to, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like at the time, I think, well, I'm doing this because, I mean, for example, I was arguing with people about, you know, I followed the whole Comicsgate thing. And I had the one guy on, the comics guy, Narwhal, on before, and he's in, well, he would, you know, he's a comic guy, but Comicsgate is now like getting toxic and like trying to not cancel people, but just like going after their own people again, you know, going after their own community, and people only listening to one person. So I kept kind of going at people like, you know, why are you doing this? Like trying to, like maybe they can see what, you know, because it didn't make sense to me. I thought I was just trying to point out hypocrisy, but, you know, it's just like a waste of time to argue with people on there. Because all they do is they go, oh, okay, whatever, you know, they call you, it's name calling, but it's like label calling because they just call you whatever. Hey, simp of the other guy. Everybody's like, oh, you're a simp of the other side, because if you say this for this side, that means you're, you know, Joe Biden, guys. Joe fucking Biden. How the fuck? So yeah, Jon Stewart says he pissed off left people. You know what's gonna happen now? He's gonna come back around. He's gonna only start doing the right again. That's my prediction. This will be the one time he goes after Biden. He may just, I'm guessing he may stop after this. Like if he gets if he gets blowback and it's more than that one guy that this article had, he's going to just stop and he's going to be like, all right, I guess I can't do that now. Because that's what he did on his Apple show. He like, well, he did it on Colbert where he was talking about, you know, the coof starting in a lab. And he was like, well, yeah, of course it would, you know, it started in a lab. So it was probably from a lab or whatever. He made like jokes about it on Stephen Colbert, and Colbert pushed back, got all nervous, clearly nervous about it. And then Jon Stewart stopped like completely. So, you know, he's probably going to do that again. What the hell? This is interesting. Oh, yeah. A lot of these younger people are mad at him, are mad at Biden for the Palestine stuff. Like, look at this here, guys. Look at this. Can you believe this? Can you believe this, guys? Nearly 24 lefty activists, according to the New York Post, were arrested Monday for breaching Biden's Delaware campaign headquarters in protest of the climate and the Israel stuff. Young people won't support a president who flip-flops on climate action and who funds genocide, the Sunrise Movement warned in an X post. All right, I'm going to go to that post. The 21 adult subjects who were arrested gathered outside of the campaign office and will be charged with trespass and disorderly conduct. I mean, all they do with these people, they go, all right, we're going to kind of arrest you, and then you can take a selfie when you get arrested, and then that becomes your whole new shtick now. Like, look, I'm a fucking activist. I got arrested, and then they use that for, like, social media. So yeah, these people just get, they kind of just get taken. Like, look at this. It's like they're escorted. I mean, this isn't really an arrest. They're wearing their T-shirts. They're going to use this for Instagram. What? It's like they probably want to get arrested, because I mean, then you can go like, hey, I'm an activist. This is my new dating app picture. I'm a fucking activist, and you know what to prove? I'm wearing the shirt, and I'm being arrested by this guy who's gently escorting me out off of the property. Hey, listen. This is like what they do now. They're like, cops are probably so afraid of like being called like fascist or whatever. So like, this is what happens. The cops like, hey man, listen, we support you guys. When my hands aren't on you. Listen, we support you guys. Like, that's cool. Like, this is great. What you're doing is like great, awesome. But like, can you just come with me? Just like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna like gently escort you off their property or whatever. By the way, what's your Instagram? Hey, you on socials and shit, yo? What is this? The Sunrise Movement? That's dope, yo. Hey, just come with me. Don't worry about, Yeah, I mean, nobody and no one's gonna like, nothing's gonna happen, because the View people are like, hey, you have to vote. Like, they all do that. You have to vote for him. Okay? Because what's the alternative? I mean, Trump didn't even did Trump do fracking or whatever? Yeah, he did go back on his campaign promise to not drill on public lands, like it says here. Yeah, I mean, they just kind of lie constantly. I mean, if you go to Biden's Twitter or anything, it's like, hey, actually, things are good. Hey, don't pay attention to what actually you're paying and stuff. Just, hey, things are good now. And then the next day, they're like, hey, we're going to fix stuff. And the next day, oh, things are great. Yeah, see, this is the problem here. Like, although I hate this, like, I got to finish the job thing that Biden keeps saying. And then it says, like, Donald Trump has called climate change a hoax. See, it's like too much of the opposite all the time now. Like, hey, Biden's going to make us never able to use plastic or gas ovens again. Oh, but Trump says climate change is a hoax, and he's going to ban electronic vehicles. Like, why can't we have somebody in the middle and like, no, everybody has to be the exact opposite, or no one cares, That's what happens, though. People can act like that's not the case, but anybody who runs who's not over the top gets ignored. You have to be a raging lunatic now. You have to be like, climate change is fake, because no one cares if you don't act like an asshole. Isn't that, I mean, that's some, just ranting now, I guess, but see, and then this all trying to dunk, everybody trying to dunk on each other here. They're like, here's the one side. Hey, Biden's supporting genocide, and then the other side going, left-wing extremists, keep arresting them. Oh, look, you're communists. Like, there's no like, hey, you're kind of off base here. Well, at least this person goes, hey, you mean well, but you're holding this isn't how you make change. Okay, that's the only reasonable comment. And what happens? It gets ignored. You have to be an asshole now. That's how you get attention. That's the only way to get attention now. You have to act like a complete nutcase. Or the opposite of the nutcase. Like, Biden gets in there, he's almost, I don't know. Anyway, enough of the politics. Sorry, I'm going into politics again. Sorry. When are the aliens coming, guys? Huh? When are the aliens coming? What happened to the alien news? Remember we had alien news coming up? Maybe I could talk about British stuff. Oh, I had here's one. Yeah, I was gonna talk about UK differences again because I was thinking about doing like a comedy video on it. But yeah, again, every time I hear the different ways that British people words that they use and all this stuff, it's just like silly sounding to me. I mean, I know it's probably ignorant sounding that I'm making fun of this, but let's see. I may hold on, guys. I may take a quick couple-second break here. I'll just play this for a second. Oh, there's background music here too. Does this work? Hold on a second here. I'll have to check later, see if I can hear this over the stream. I didn't know they had this. Or forgot. Yeah, welcome back to A Guy in His Room. Welcome back to A Guy in His Room. This is your mom's podcast, okay? Where'd the volume go? Oh. Yeah, we're rocking here at Guy in His Room. 107.9 The Cradle, because we rock the cradle here. Call in with your suggestions. Hey guys, you want to hear a block of Van Halen? Let me know. Block is when we play more than one song of a band in a row, guys. So go ahead and call in with your request. Yeah, we just had some snow here in the region. Everybody, hope you're getting home safe. Keep a lookout there on the streets. Call in with your request, guys. We got a rock block coming up your way. Giving away free tickets to. We're giving away tickets to the Avril Lavigne reunion tour. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, stop. So call in. This is a Spike at the cradle, the rock cradle here. Taking all your requests all night long. Don't worry, even though there's snow on the ground, we're still taking your requests. I forget what I was going to say. Yeah, there's been all these like bands doing like full album sort of like anniversary tours. And I do like that, but it also makes me think, oh, everything sucks now, so we're kind of trying to go back to the past. Like Avril Lavigne's doing that. All these bands are doing like old albums, like the full albums. And I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head that I think it's because everything's shit now. Like my friend earlier sent me a clip of The Daily Show, and I was like, he was basically like, you got to watch this. It's not that bad. That's how bad everything is now. That's how bad comedy is now. And the mainstream is like, hey, holy shit, dude, you got to watch this. Oh, really? Is it good? It's okay. But it's not really bad. So like you should check it out because it's not really horrible, you know? So yes, here's just some common British. This is my recurring segment on UK slang and expressions, guys. I'm not a UK citizen. I just am interested in the UK culture and the differences between that and America. So yeah, some of these. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Like, Canada doesn't do this. Why does the UK do this? We both speak the same language. So a lot of these are kind of just regular, although this looks weird. I've heard of some of these, but a lot of these, you know, they just have weird names for them. Yorkshire pudding. Hello, this is Grace with UK, your guide to the UK culture. Yorkshire pudding. Yorkshire pudding is not usually eaten as a dessert like other puddings, but instead as part of the main course or as a starter. Made for okay, it looks just like nothing. How is that pudding? The traditional way to eat Yorkshire pudding is to have a large flat one filled with gravy and vegetables. Oh. It's really not a pudding. It's like a savory gravy thing. See, that's what they do too. They have a lot of these like pies, but they're like savory. Some of them sound good though. I mean, and then we have here, it's called Toad in the Hole. And it's sausages covered in batter and roasted, similar to Yorkshire pudding, with sausages placed in the batter before cooking. And roast mates. It's just meats that are roasted. It's typical meats for roasting or joints of beef, pork, lamb, or whole chicken. More rarely, duck, goose, gammon, turkey, or game are eaten. Fish and chips, we all know that one. Ploughman's lunch. This dish is served in pubs. It consists of a piece of cheese, a bit of pickle and onion, and a chunk of bread. Wait. It consists of a piece of cheese, so there's no meat. What is it? I don't know. See a sample menu of food served in pubs. Jacket potatoes. Ew. Okay, this doesn't look that weird. I mean, they had they have like British themed pubs around cities. Like they had one in Philly that I used to go to because I had like an open mic there. And it wasn't that weird, although I don't think I ever ate there though. We all know the shepherd's pie, cottage pie. It's a pie. Then we have the pie and mash. The original pies were made with eels. Bubble and squeak is typically made from vegetables that have been left over from a previous meal, often the Sunday roast. So it's basically just leftovers with a bunch of shit added in. Bubble and squeak. Black pudding, I think I've talked about that before. Looks like a black sausage. Eaten at breakfast time. Black pudding recipes vary from region to region. Black pudding. So yeah, and these are some slang words. Snogging. Snogging means making out in British. Copping off. That means like fooling around or something. Necking. Yeah, these are all kind of normal. I guess, all right, this is boring. I don't know, I don't know what you guys want me to talk about or do, but I just, I have an imaginary audience of people, so I'm like, hey, what do you guys want me to talk about? Kanye West gets cold shoulder from A-listers inside Super Bowl suite. I don't know, like he didn't really ever do a apology tour that celebs used to do. Remember the like apology tours everybody used to do? Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Remember Michael Richards did this for his whole thing. Yeah, he never did that. He never really explained. We all know he's like crazy or bipolar, but like there's plenty of celebs that have that and don't act like Kanye. Oh, he's getting a little Toby. He's starting to just look like a homeless guy that would give rants like he gave anyway. I mean, he's kind of fitting into that whole. It would be funny, like, what if one day he just like, he's like, hey, this was all for a movie. I was just being method. Because Joaquin Phoenix kind of did that before. This was way long ago, dude. Joaquin Phoenix tells Letterman, I hope spoof didn't offend you, is what he said. So this is back in 2010. And from that, it was 18 months ago. So that was probably 2008 or 9. I remember seeing this when I used to watch Letterman. I used to watch that and like Conan. Although I don't know if I did at the time, but like he did a weird interview saying he was like quitting acting, and he was like, it was like, oh, it was this awkward, and oh, like people are calling him an asshole because he was acting all aloof and like, I'm done with acting. I don't care. I don't even want to talk about acting anymore. And it turns out it was like a fake troll, basically. And like, but obviously he didn't like say the Holocaust is fake and all this stuff. But he did not go Kanye. He did not go full Kanye. Once you go full Kanye, all bets are off, dude. Don't go full Kanye, dude. Joaquin Phoenix was. I guess I kind of want to see this. I don't know. Hopefully, it's not taken down. It's probably gone. Yep. Probably gone off everything now. Aha! Oh, so it looks like they must have made up because it says. Yeah, it looks like they must have made up after that. Well, I remember like I don't even like I didn't even see that dumb movie, but I mean that is a funny idea to just like pretend you're quitting acting and doing rap. I'm just gonna rap now. Like that is a funny. And I actually half thought, like, I was half thinking, is this a joke? I think back then, but I don't remember. Everybody thought he was serious and then, like, acted like he was an asshole. So it sort of backfired. Because, like, I don't even know if I think the movie took a while to come out. It didn't even come out, like, right around, like, if it came out when that, or, like, oh, maybe it was, I don't know. Let me, hold on. This is going to give me something. Give me a claim notice or something. I may just play the audio again. It'll still probably give me one, but no, I don't. Hold on. Okay, like I'm gonna not. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Hold on.
Years since the last time you were on the show, and I will just say right off the top here, you look different than I remember. You've got a nice beard going, and
oh yeah, thank you.
How is that, the beard?
In what way?
Well, is it comfortable? Is it itchy? Is it? Are you pleased with it?
I'm okay with it, but now you're making me feel weird about it.
I'm sorry, I'm making.
Now you're making. Yeah, this is like the audience is laughing. I guess maybe as it goes, it gets like.
Making you feel weird about it? Very nice movie, and you don't see movies like this much anymore, and I was so gratified to see it, and you were terrific in the film. I really enjoyed your work.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, the audience is kind of like, what's he do? Like, the audience knows.
Are you?
What movie was he talking about, though?
Gratified to see it, and you were terrific in the film. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, that movie. Stupid.
What can you tell us about your days with the Unabomber? It's just a little joke.
I wonder if Letterman, maybe Letterman didn't know about it.
Now, I heard that that you were leaving acting, and I said to myself, that's too bad, because you're great, and, you know, not just me, the 2-time Academy Award nominations. Walk the Line, you were tremendous in Walk the Line. So here's my hope that after some time off, and I think you're taking a little time off tonight.
Ugh, man, I miss, like, I mean, Letterman, I don't know if he's great now. He still does a show or something, but, like, I miss when those hosts would be, like, pushing back on guests. Like, I don't think that happens now, unless they're, like, Trump or something. Like, does that even happen? When does a guest go on and somebody pushes back? Like, yeah, unless it's like the Daily Show and it's a conservative going. That actually used to happen though. Jon Stewart did used to have like conservative people on there, and then he would just talk to them. I think. it's getting me. I'll just play this part.
This guy is tremendous. He's singing, and it sounded great. So, is that the kind of music you're interested in?
No, I do more hip hop music.
Hip hop music.
That's a joke. What do you have on?
I'm sorry.
What do you gas them up with? Just nitrous kicking around in this joint?
The kid in the front is drunk on warm Pepsi.
Yeah, it does seem like he doesn't know, and he's kind of like trying to make it not as awkward. Would you? Yeah, I wish we had an Andy Kaufman now. Like, this person's commenting like, oh, man, I really wish we had something like that now. We really need like some kind of Andy Kaufman person. Like, there's really nobody like that. No one just fucking takes any chances anymore. At least this was like taking a chance. And he's just an actor. He's not even a comedian like Andy Kaufman. Like, why can't we have this kind of thing? Like, even if it's an actor, just something. I remember even Jim Carrey used to kind of go into weird characters, and he would go on shows and he would just be this weird guy sometimes. And it would actually, like, I would be like, whoa, what's he doing? Like, you know, when I was younger. But even Jim Carrey's like not taking any chances anymore. I mean, what happened? Like, where every late show now, you just like, all you do is promote shit. That's all you do. You just, and you sing dumb, like, hey, let's go like sing a song in a car or whatever. That's like really funny and fun. They do that, and then they have like actors on. They just gas them up like. Oh man, I just love that he was doing hip hop, because like that annoys me a lot. I know he was make fun of the white rapper stuff, but that is like funny to just, because people were awkwardly laughing.
You know about her mother. What a wonderful, beautiful actress she was as well. So that must have been fun working with Isabella Rossellini, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have any fun stories to tell us?
I mean,
no fun stories. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's something fun happened.
Just like into music now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like I'm a rapper now, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even care about, like, this is kind of what Billy Bob Thornton did with. Now I have to find that. Now I just gotta find that shit. On. I hope this is still. Oh my god. So he was like, I don't know. This is always kind of a classic to me, dude. It's a classic. It's a classic. So he was there with his dumb band that no one gives a shit about on QTV, who, you know, that host actually was Me Too'd, by the way. But this is a video of a video.
Billy is a blending of pop drummer is a guy named Billy Bob Thornton.
I kind of want to just see like an edited short version.
Other job.
Number 7. Billy Bob Thornton. In 2009, this actor appeared on Canada's Q radio show to discuss the music he makes with his band, the Boxmasters. Unfortunately, when his film background
His critically everybody loves the Boxmasters, guys. Hey, Billy Bob Thornton's. Oh my God, is that Billy Bob Thornton? He just walked by. Holy shit, you mean of the Boxmasters? I only know him from his music because obviously that's what he's into now. So we just are going to switch to that and not ask him or not even talk about,
Bob Thornton gets rather worked up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
For almost half of the 13-minute interview, Thornton delivers cryptic answers while his bandmates try to get through the painstaking ordeal.
I just liked baseball when I was a kid.
Even though Thornton's undeniable fame brought them a certain amount of attention.
Terrible clip.
Well, the sound of Mod Billy is a blending of pop music epitomized by bands like the Byrds and the Monkees, imbued with some good old American hillbilly sensibility. Mod Billy is also the name of the new record by my guests, the Boxmasters. If the name Boxmasters sounds familiar, there may...
Billy Bob Thornton, guys. Yeah, the Boxmasters.
Maybe a couple of reasons why. Firstly, Mod Billy is the Los Angeles-based trio's third album in the last year alone. Yes, this is a band with ambition. We were ready to do a half-an-hour interview about his, quite frankly, mediocre music. A hobby. Are you reacting to the fact that I said?
Yeah, I am. Since you're instructed not to talk about shit like that, yeah, I am reacting to that. Yeah.
I wasn't instructed to. I'm instructed. I'm not.
You were instructed not to fucking say nothing about that shit.
Some of the time, his Oscar-winning screenwriter, actor, and director. While Billy Bob Thornton's name is most often linked to his cinematic endeavors, the Boxmasters is anything but a
What? I don't know. I only know him from the Boxmasters.
Music, and he just got sidetracked. These days, music is a major priority in his life.
Look at him looking around, all pissed off.
Pleased to have all the
You were not supposed to say nothing about that.
members of the Boxmasters: Billy Bob Thornton, J.G. Andrew.
Look, they all look uncomfortable, like, oh, fuck, he's going to go off now.
Mike Butler, and Danny Baker here in Studio Q. Hello, boys.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to have you here. 3 albums in the past year. That seems ambitious.
That's the ones that have been released.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, my God. How can you argue like in defense of this though? His
Yeah, we've recorded about 5.
There's
of
more.
them.
I mean, you guys formed Billy Bob. You guys formed only in the last couple of years, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
How so?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, when did the band form?
I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, well, when did you guys first start playing together?
We started about 2 years ago, and we haven't stopped since.
Oh my God, these fucking bandmates.
Yeah,
sitting there like, oh fuck.
We got the ball rolling.
Dude, do you see what he's doing there? He's fucking trolling hard.
And you've made 3 records in that time.
We've actually made about 5
I don't know what you're
records.
talking. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna play it like dumb guy.
And of course, the first one.
I'm not even gonna talk now.
Mod Billy, and the one that'll be out later in the year called Bellflower are all double CDs. 1 disc of all originals, 1 disc of all covers, and so we've got those, and then we've put out a Christmas record, and then we've got 2 other ones that we've got mostly done as well. So we'll figure out something to do with those. As well.
And you're currently on tour with Willie Nelson
and Ray Price.
And Ray Price.
Yeah.
And
so it's a fantastic bill.
Have you done shows before this run with Willie Nelson before?
Yeah, we did a run last
I don't even know what you're talking about.
November and December.
They're all. He's just
two
sitting there
weeks
not
with Willie in the
talking.
States. And it was amazing. It was great. You know.
What do you learn from?
Guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
you guys don't really hang out on tour. You don't know what I mean.
No.
Why do I get the impression that you're going to answer with you don't know what I mean if I ask you things? So how is it that did Willie choose you guys to come on tour with him?
Shit, I don't know.
Right. All right. Well, this new record, double record, half original songs, half covers.
How are you gonna not bring up his acting? Like, why? It actually it would hurt the band if you're in the band with him. Like, why would you go, hey, don't bring up his acting that he's famous for? Like, we don't want people to know that he's Bill. Like, what the hell? Like, what is that? Why would you do that? I mean, I think Bruce Willis played in bands and stuff. I think maybe Keanu Reeves or Johnny Depp. Like, did he go, hey, don't bring hey, just don't ever bring up my entire acting career. Just don't do that. Because I'm going to sit there, scowl, and I'm going to sit there pissed. He really showed them because he sat there and stewed, and he really made it so horrible to sit there. All you did was make everyone miserable by doing this, by the way. Like, oh, it's like, what? He wasn't like, he did bring it up. He mentioned it, and he really, like, and, yes, this host got Me Too'd after. It's weird to defend the host now. I don't know if those were, allegedly and all that, but, I mean, he really did skate past it pretty quick. I think it's pretty, like, he did it pretty smoothly, in my opinion. And also, the way this guy got Me Too'd, it seemed like it could have been BDSM gone wrong kind of thing. I don't like, that seems really easy to say somebody hurt you with, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm just not into, well, even if I was into that stuff, I still might not do it. I don't know. It's just a sketchy kind of situation. I guess there's way people, have safe words and all that, whatever, but
tell me about the
I just want to
decision
get to the part where he's like explaining why he's upset.
Include an entire record of covers.
Well, early on, we decided that,
you guys do the talking. I'm fucking pissed.
Wanted to
Look.
pay tribute to the music that's inspired us, growing up and, through our lives. And we version that maybe they'll go back and listen to, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and Michael Nesmith.
God, man, to make everybody this uncomfortable, like, fuck
Chad
this shit.
Jeremy and-
Right.
Did they have to sign like a contract like themselves? Like, hey, you can't bring up my acting. That is the only reason anyone knows what I do
everyone
at
that
all.
we loved,
It
over
seems-
the years.
It seems like an interesting fusion at first, Mike. That
It just ended up being that way.
Yeah, I look at this on the computer here. I guess the teleprompter says, if this really goes sideways, I have new metric standing by. Meaning the interview, because it's so uncomfortable. Like that he would just go to a new song or something. All right, we're going to get going. Oh, my God. And you have Billy Bob right there in studio. The guy that's, this huge famous actor that partly, like, I feel like him dating Angelina Jolie was almost... He's like known for that also, like the same amount as his acting.
And we recorded a couple of songs, and then we sat back and was like, "Wow, that kind of sounds."
Oh, know what you mean.
British Invasion, mixed with the stuff like Buck Owens and Del Reeves and stuff that we listened to. Anyway.
And that was true for you, Billy Bob, growing up. It was a sort of a combo of
Oh, no, you're talking about
Stones and Monkees and Buck Owens.
I just liked baseball when I was a kid.
And you almost became a professional baseball player, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
But you didn't love music when you were a kid?
I subscribed to a magazine called Famous Monsters of Filmland, which the publisher was a guy named Forrest J. Ackerman, who passed away recently.
Do you remember what you were listening to musically when you were a kid?
They had a contest where you could build your own model, and it
Wait,
build
is someone
telephone
coming in
poles.
there?
Actually, in the build telephone poles, make the railroad tracks and everything. And I actually did enter it once. I didn't win anything, but I gave it a shot, and but it was pretty. It was a big deal for us kids in those days.
And where's the music? Where's the music fit into that?
Music. No, it was a monster magazine.
Right. But given that you seem to be quite passionate about music, I was wondering about your.
Would you say that to Tom Petty?
Would I say that he's passionate about music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Would you explain why it's not a hobby?
Would I explain why it's not a hobby? Are you reacting to the fact that I said?
Yeah, I am. Since you're instructed not to talk about shit like that, yeah, I am reacting to that. Yeah.
Oh shit, guys. Oh man, this one doesn't really ever get old. I almost forgot about it. But this is one of those classic interviews. Like a lot of the interviews that you see that are labeled like craziest awkward interview. Craziest awkward interview are like never really that awkward or crazy. But this one, as long as it's still on YouTube, as long as people keep uploading it, because this isn't the actual old video. Probably because the guy got Me Too'd also, and they're like, let's take down everything with this guy because maybe he did something or maybe not.
I wasn't instructed to. I'm instructed. I'm not really instructed. You guys are here as a band. You're performing, but
the producer was instructed.
Right,
so
but
somewhere along the way.
I'm a goddamn diva. Your producer was fucking instructed to not talk about what I do. Just pretend I'm a no. Listen, if you didn't have any of those actor shit, you wouldn't even be on this show. Like, what are you talking about? Nobody would give a fuck about this band. Who the hell would care about this? Like, that's the reason you're on the show, dude. Because you're supposed to talk to, like, it's not even an insult. It's like, hey, oh, you're into acting and you're in a band. That's interesting. Maybe we can bring up both because, like, oh, does that time... Like, it's not even like you're not downplaying it. I mean, yeah, you can try to steer it back to music. I mean, but yeah, they're gonna, like, no one gives a shit about oh, let's forget that he acts because that's like he doesn't want us to know about that. We'll pretend he's no one. And he had no acting experience. He didn't do Sling Blade, nothing. He's just a guy in a band, because that would definitely go on a major radio show and be interviewed.
Because I mentioned that you were an actor and a screenwriter?
First of all, that wasn't supposed to be mentioned either.
But that's just giving context, right? I mean, I'm happy to interview you guys as a band, but for the listeners, we're giving context for who you are. That's part of your trajectory, isn't it?
Not really.
It's not.
No.
You would prefer me to only do this interview, not mentioning at all, and just to clarify,
that's correct.
At all that you've ever done anything in terms of acting, screenwriting.
That's correct.
Okay, but do you know that people are listening across the country and across North America, and they might think that's odd that I would not mention anything to do with your past?
Well, I think it's odd that you have to smoke inside a white stripe outside.
That's also odd.
This is kind of like that Jerry Lewis interview I played before, like where he's just a... I don't know which is worse, really. Although, well, the host is better in this one, definitely. Look at this comment, though. I saw these clowns live unintentionally at a local fair around 2008. They drew a tiny crowd throughout their 3-hour set. During the set, one of these vanilla cardboard guys started crying. What? As he tried to convey his love for the music to the crowd. The drummer literally hung dong halfway through the set. I think that means whipped it out or something. Billy Bob at one point began to loudly demean his bandmates, calling the one dude the Muhammad Atta of live music. It was a total train wreck, yet nobody cared because nobody was paying attention. They were they were the equivalent at of so yeah, if they were at a fair, I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, like people would only go because he's there. And then if you don't make a show and you don't promote it based on him being Billy Bob Thornton, then nobody's going to know. And I don't even know if I would recognize him. Like, he's just one of those actors, like, especially if he was wearing anything to not be recognized. I'm not sure I would know it's him, you know. Actually, maybe I should play one of their. This is from a year ago. I'm gonna play one of their songs, guys. Oh wait, let me just see if this gets better though.
Yeah, but that's a little different. That's a rule and regulation. I'm just trying to do a show and give people context for who you guys are.
Well, there's plenty of context without all that.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, it does occur to me that, you know, the producers told me that you didn't want to, that they didn't want to focus on questions around your acting career, et cetera. And I'm cool with that because I'm happy to talk to you as musicians. It does also occur to me though that you're a pretty new band, and one of the reasons why you get attention is because of the career you have.
We're not really new.
You're not.
Well, I've made 8 albums.
I know you've made a lot of them, but
dude, who cares? Who gives a shit?
How long have the Boxmasters been together for?
I don't know. I understand music is your first love. Well, my first love was a chick named Lisa Cohn. You know what I mean?
All right. So I think the only reason we would do that is as a point of entry. So for people to, so do you want to continue this if we talk about music?
That'd be great.
Okay. Well, if we can call a truce, then I can ask you questions about music. Because is it difficult? Like, it's interesting. You're opening for Willie Nelson. I'm assuming it's an old some.
Yeah, I can't figure out, like, maybe the host was trying to, like, save it. Like, I'm gonna try to save this, like, and he kept going. He did sound annoyed there, though, like, with the, because it doesn't make any sense. There's no way to defend that. Like, that is stupid as hell. Hey, don't bring it up. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, here's another meltdown. I wonder if this is going to be a meltdown or just, like I said, not one of those.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the press conference for a history of violence. And I will immediately introduce the people who are here at this panel.
I'm going to get a million notices this week for
actor,
this stupid video.
and director, Mr. Ed Harris.
Come on, meltdown. Let's go. Let's go.
Ed, you wanted to add anything?
Not particularly.
Oh, yeah, you did do one. That's
I'd like
right.
that. No, because what is that? What is that? You know? What is that? What is it? What is violence? What is it? You know, that's what the movie's about.
Ladies.
Everybody's like, what the hell? Is he okay? Like, everybody's thinking he's flipping out for real there.
And gentlemen, on this note, thank you very much for being here.
I don't know what that was.
Hello, everyone. Well, the Ball State softball team continued to play this weekend, and they were hoping to continue off of their straight 3 out of 4 losses. And so we'll take a look and see how that happened. They started off good, but then eventually, the Ball State women's team shot down and ended up doing poorly. Oh no. And it's working. Okay. We're going to continue on now. And the Ladies Cardinals will play an Iowa tournament starting this Friday. Before the Ball State baseball team kicks off its conference season this weekend, the game will be the meeting between the two, beating both first.
Something must be messing up here, like the teleprompter they're saying. But this is a super old video. Like, if I want to feel, I guess I wanted to feel old and clicked on this. Oh my God! After 17, I don't even want to think about how old this video is.
Hoosiers are on the 4 on.
So he's trying to read
year,
the teleprompter
and they have
it's not
won
working.
6 of its last 7 games tomorrow.
Nobody really knew why he was doing this reaction, but it clearly is because the teleprompter is either not working or just, I don't know.
Will be the game 3 at 3 p.m.
He's trying to sync it up with the.
Switching to Ball State men's tennis, it seems last week player on. It seems every week they have a player. Matt Lawrence is the latest Cardinals tennis player to win the award. Lamar won all this tonight against the New Jersey Nets and to strengthen their playoff hopes. The Nets won the last Sunday's matchup 94-85, which left the Pacers 1 game behind the Chicago in the 7th series. Steven Jackson's David. Reggie Miller's looking good. He shoots a 3, and it's good.
Why would he have to commentate on this basketball clip anyway?
Later, he gets the rebound, passes it to the man, shoots it, and boom goes the dynamite. The final scores ended up with the Pacers 63 to the Nets 61. The Associated Press of the
Oh, look at this.
A little nervous, but
Jesus, the audio. Jesus Christ.
A little nervous. That's understandable. I mean, here
I think they're talking about that viral clip from Ebaums World, which was the old website everybody had to go to see viral videos. Everybody went there to Ebaums World. Anyway, here we go.
Sportscast, right? On a college television station. Now you're on national TV.
Yeah, it's just a little jump, just a little bit. So.
All right, tell me, where did the catchphrase come from first?
Well, it's kind of a bit of a long story, but
shorten it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in college, college people like to have fun and things. And one thing that we do is we have Mario Kart tournaments where we pair up and we have a championship kind of deal.
Okay.
And along with that, we try to create things that'll kind of mess each other up, and we try to have fun with it. Mm-hmm. And we mostly try to make people laugh during and stuff like that. Right. And part of that is you create catchphrases. Right. And obviously, boom goes the dynamite was one of mine. You get lots of phone calls. At one point, we had to unplug our phone at school just because of how many phone calls we were getting. Wow. But, it was something I was glad I kind of went through because it taught me a lot about the media.
Yeah, I'm guessing the teleprompter went bad, and then he had too much memorized. It seems like he was trying to keep up with the game. Why would he do that? You know what I mean? Unless the reporters did that all the time, but that seems like a lot to worry about. Oh, and he takes it and he passes it to the man. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad. I also think he just, I don't know. It does sound like somebody was messing up. I don't know. But yeah, that's what we had to do. We had to go on Ebaums World back in the early 2000s, the old caveman days, and we also had to pedal our our cars to school and ride dinosaurs to school and stuff. Because it was back in like 8,000 years ago when I was 22 or something. But yeah, check out the original versions of those videos, especially the Bob or the whatever his name is, Billy Bob Thornton and his band. That's the more important part. Don't think about his acting, guys. Don't. Actors deserve to act like drama queen psychos and ruin the time of all our bandmates and everything, guys. Oh yeah, they probably loved playing with him. I'm sure he was the delight to be around. Everybody, check out I forgot their name. See, who cares about their name? The Box Cutters? Was it the Box Cutters? The Boxmasters. See, who cares? That's what I gotta say to you. Who cares? All right, anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Keep up the good fight. Stand back and stand by, everybody. Stay tuned for next week. Every episode once a week. Yeah.